Welcome to NIOP Chemistry. Hello, good morning students. How are you? I hope you are all fine at home. Today, what topic we are going to discuss, I won't say, but you try to find out the topic. Before finding the topic name, I'll put some examples in the form of some activities. Okay, let me start one by one. Here we have two glass. One glass has some mass of sugar. I'm transferring sugar from one glass to another glass. Okay, successfully I could transfer sugar from one glass to another glass. Okay, let us see another example. Here one is empty, another one is containing some mass of water. Okay, here I am transferring water from this glass to this glass. Okay, watch it. Oh, right. Successfully, I could transfer water from one glass to another glass. Just imagine, like sugar, water, can we store any gaseous matter into an open container? How water is taken in open glass and how sugar is taken in open glass? Is it possible for us? Can we transfer gaseous matter from one container to another container openly? Just try to answer this question. Okay, let us see another. Here, this is a box. Are you able to find out the surfaces? Here, this is one surface. Here, surface. Another. And here. Okay, let us try to count the number of surfaces. Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we have successfully counted the number of surfaces for this box. And here already we have some water in this glass. Can you find out how many surfaces this water has? Okay, only one surface I am finding from this water. How many surfaces you are finding? Okay, here another one. Please imagine, smoke is releasing from chimney in any factory or industry. Are we able to count the surfaces for that smoke? Okay, it's a very difficult example and a difficult question for you also. The next one, this is a stone. Watch it. This is a stone. This is very hard, I think. I'm trying to press it. I'm trying to break it. Okay, it's very hard. I'm pressing very hard. The stone is very hard. Myself also pressing very hard this stone. But there is no change in the volume of this stone. What property made this stone to do not compress even after pressing very hard? Here another material, sponge. I think you are familiar with this sponge. Now I am pressing very hard. See, watch it. Watch it. I compressed it. Compressed it. Yes. Now see, the size of the sponge changed. I could compress this sponge into a very small mass. What property made this sponge to compress like so? Can you guess? Likewise, take some smoke or any gaseous matter. Can we compress that gaseous matter? Guess the answer. Here, this is solid, and I am not only the base is here, only it's a base. On the base, I am placing a material stone, and comfortably this stone sits on the base. Here I did not take any help to keep this or to place material stone on this base. What property made material stone to sit on this base? Okay, let us see another one. Now water I placed on the base. Are you not getting any doubt here? Yes, sure. Here water is taken in glass, and that glass we placed on the base. Without this glass, can you make this water to sit on this base? Try once. Okay, very good. Okay students, here I have shown you many different kinds of activities. From these activities you might have get some knowledge. Definitely these activities will make you to think, and you will come out of with some conclusions and some answers. Okay, let me know what topic you have in your mind. Are you able to say what topic we are going to discuss from all these examples? Think. Okay, let me say. Our today's topic is states of matter. States of matter. Yes, state of the matter. This is very important topic to answer all the questions that were raised from the examples. I mean, from the activities, what questions I have put in front of you. To answer all those questions, and whatever the type of question that will raise further also can be answered by using some information of these states of matter. How can we study state of matter? How a particular material gets its state? How many types of states? How many number of states of matter existed still in this nature? Our answer is 3. Generally, everybody will say 3. Actually, this 3 is only considering natural conditions: solid, liquid, and gas. These are the 3 main important states of matter. Then what is further about the states of matter? Yes, 2 more states are there, but those 2 states are existed conditionally. That means extreme high temperatures, one state of matter, and extreme low pressure, one state of matter. Extreme high temperature, at high temperature, here one state of matter, that is plasma. That is plasma. This type of state of matter we'll see in tube light. At your home, if you have tube light, inside the tube light, what state of matter is present is plasma. And in stars and sun also we'll see this plasma state of matter. Then 5th state, at very low temperature. At low temperatures, Bose-Einstein condensate. Bose-Einstein condensate. Here it is a very extreme low pressures only is possible to apply for a matter. Okay, this is about matter. These are the 3 important states of matter that were existed at natural temperatures, but 2 more states of matter, plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate, conditionally existed states. In order to understand these states of matter, you need to know about kinetic molecular theory. Good morning, students. In previous video, I have shown you different activities and asked some questions. I put some questions in front of you. I hope you are all could able to answer those questions. And at the end of that video, I have mentioned one important theory that will help us to understand different states of matter, that is kinetic theory of matter or kinetic molecular theory. And in this theory, 2 more points you are going to get as an important properties that will help us a lot further to understand the explanations of different states of matter. Let us plug into the topic, kinetic molecular theory. What it says actually, matter is made up of tiny particles. Those tiny particles are called atoms and molecules. Next, the particles possess some energy. What energy they have possessed by their position, we call that energy is potential energy. So each and every particle, maybe it is atom or molecule, it has some potential energy. With that potential energy, each and every particle, atom or molecule, vibrate from their positions. If the potential energy increases, the vibrational speed, the mode of speed of vibrations also will increase. If vibrations increase, it will happen to certain atom or molecule to move from its position to some other places. That means when potential energy of that particle increases, particles start to move from their fixed position to another position. When particle start to move, that means from its position particle is moving from to another place. So by its movement, by its motion, that particle gains some energy. What energy the particle is gaining by its movement, that energy we call as kinetic energy. If this kinetic energy increases, the movement of particle will also increase. That means if we take any substance, in that substance crores and crores and crores of millions and billions of trillions of atoms or molecules we may find. In that, each and every particle has its potential energy, and after increasing its potential energy, when it starts to move, gain its kinetic energy. So each and every particle has the same condition. Then each and every particle acts as individual and they start to move. Once its kinetic energy increases, particle move in different directions. Just imagine one particle is moving, means another particle also moving. So they may move close and they won't stay in intact position. They hit each other and they just slide or they repel back and move away. Commonly they are moving with a high speed. If kinetic energy increase, the speed of the particle will increase. They are colliding and they are parting each other. Why it is actually happening? Means by increasing kinetic energy, particles are moving with a high speed. Kinetic energy increasing, particle is also moving with a high speed. That means the speed of particle is increasing with increasing kinetic energy. If the speed of kinetic energy decreases, the speed of particle also decreases. See here, kinetic energy increase, the space between particles increase. What actually this point represents here? Space between particles means take one particle, take another particle. Space between these two particles, if they are moving away, see slightly, the space between the particles is increasing. That means whenever particles start to move, spaces between the particles increase. When the spaces are increasing, the force of attraction, another factor here I am mentioning, which I have not written on the board, that is force of attraction. When particle is moving with a high kinetic energy, the force of attraction is decreasing. If two atoms are in contact, some force is acting between them, we say. What factor made these two atoms to be in contact with each other? Means here one invisible force of attraction acting between these two kinds of atoms and making it into intact with each other. They are not parting. Once these particles gain kinetic energy, they start to move away each other. Space is increasing, force is decreasing. See the two factors. Space is increasing, but the force is decreasing slowly. And now there is no force at all between these two atoms. That means negligible force. When kinetic energy increases a lot, then there is no matter of force of attraction between them. So here two main important factors I am mentioning from this kinetic theory are space between the atoms and the force between the atoms. This space and force both are inversely proportional to each other. I mean, the relation between space and force for a particular substance, both are inversely proportional to each other. See here, if kinetic energy increases, spaces are increasing, and kinetic energy increases, force is becoming negligible. That means if kinetic energy is increasing, its force is decreasing. So both are inversely proportional to each other. The relation between kinetic energy and force, inversely proportionality. Whereas kinetic energy and space proportional to each other. And how the space and force related means proportional to each other. This is about kinetic molecular theory of matter or kinetic theory of matter. How these two factors, intermolecular distance, we call it as space, and another one intermolecular force of attraction, how these two factors affect the formation of matter or three different states of